makes Ashlie special? I don't even know where to begin.
What makes Ashlie special? All I can think of is what doesn't make her special.
She is a sister. She's a friend.
Ooh, she's someone I know I can count on for anything.
She truly cares deeply for her tribe.
She literally helped me change my entire life.
She is 100% authentically her.
She is honest, she's vulnerable, she's funny, she's smart, she's a hard worker, she's a unicorn.
She has taught us that you can be 100% unapologetically you and still be successful in this business.
Perfect combination of a leader and a friend.
She's a true picture of consistency and what it means to lead from the front.
I think what's so special about Ashlie is she's a big dreamer.
Even when the whole world is telling you it's impossible, the whole world is telling you that you are crazy.
And it's through her that I know I'm accomplished now. To me, that's what makes a perfect leader. And that's what Ashlie is.
Seems like the perfect time. We love you, Ashlie. Cheers.
Cheers, Ashlie. We love you, Ashlie. Cheers.
Because I know you can't just have one. I brought a variety. I love you so much.
We love you, Ashlie.
We love you, Ashlie.
We love you, Ashlie.
We love you, Ashlie. We love you, Ashlie.
We love you, Ashlie. We love you, Ashlie. We love you, Ashlie. We love you, Ashlie.
We love you, Ashlie.
We love you, Ashlie.
We love you, Ashlie. Love you, Ashlie.
Well, I think it's time for that shot. John, he wants the real stuff over here. All right.
Welcome,
Whoops.
everyone. It's Abdallah here with the Pokemon Presents Breakdown.
I'm trying to fix my camera. I'm not sure what is going on. Oh, jeez. Why? Where am I? There I am. Okay, hello, good evening, good morning. If you don't, technical difficulties, but I think everyone can hear, so that is delightful. Hope you're doing well. The void speaks to us, yes. Only half of a technical difficulty. It is a win. It's a small win. If you don't know who Ashlie Molstad is, she was a former, very tippity top, the #1 coach in Beachbody. And we're going to listen to her public podcast with someone, apparently her BFF. And I'm gonna do the same thing that we're doing with Jessie Lee Ward. I'm trying to get this up because we're gonna do Snark Week. Sorry, I'm still having congestion from having the vid, and I know I can't even stand the sound of my voice, but I'm happy to be here again. Sky and Lynn, and y'all are wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead and load up the Spotify because I already have it set up. Do I? I sure do. And hopefully limited technical difficulties. Let's see. Spotify. Okay. I thought I had this up here earlier, but we're just going to add it again. Window capture. Add source. Is this it? It is it. Hooray. Oh, we're not going to add it here. Dang it. Negative. Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Here we go. It's almost like it was prepared. Sweet. Live chat crew, y'all are the best. Sky and Lynn and whoever ends up joining us for this. Yeah, I've never listened to this one. I've only downloaded the private podcasts. And I'm still consulting with my lawyer about that. So we're just going to live under the umbrella of fair use, and we're going to react to this podcast. This is publicly available. It is what it is. I'm going to be on repeat for a while. Let's see. Press play. I'm scared.
Real talk. Right now.
What's your favorite alcoholic beverage?
If you love being in a girl group, this is totally for you.
Some people call us overwhelmed.
Hi, Dawn.
Love it or leave it, we don't care. No, but we want you here. What is happening?
Intro.
Intro music. We have intro music.
Welcome to
You Can Sip With Us. Pilot episode. Episode number 1.
Wow.
Cheers. Oh my gosh, we're so excited.
Thanks for joining us.
But we're going to have a lot of new folks to this podcast.
Yeah.
So I think we should give an overview of what this is all about.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Okay, but except for when she told me that we should do like, let's let them know what our podcast is about. I was like, yeah, I totally agree. But also, do we know what our podcast is about? Because it kind of feels like I don't. Like, I was thinking about it on the way over here while I was driving here. I'm like, what's our podcast about?
Right.
We should tell people what it's about.
It's going to be a great mystery.
Yeah.
So let me just give you a little bit of a spark notes. I think it's just two best friends talking. Now, the private podcast is way more interesting because there's a lot more information that directly contrasts current behavior over there. They're a little... So I'm not sure how much of this is going to be good, but it is what it is. We're adding Beachbody to the repertoire of video creation. I know I look a little sick. I'm just getting over everything. Ashley's fight with gluten, I can relate, not intolerant or allergic, but my system seems to think that gluten, let's fill all this space with some effing air, shall we? Yeah, some fun air. Yeah, I'm not sure, Amy and Cheryl and Jen and Amber and I have responded to her private Facebook recruiting group, so just adding this in and seeing what it sounds like. Was this a Mean Girls reference? I think it is. Also, if you saw the intro video where they were recognizing Ashlie as a top coach, they all had their alcoholic beverages with us, so I think that's part of her brand, that she does like to partake of the drink, and so her podcast is called You Can Sip With Us, and then my response is, unfortunately, you can sip with us. So that's all I've got so far. We're just gonna press play.
But basically, every week, we're going to come every week.
Tell them the evolution of how
Yeah.
you consider this came to be.
Right. We're going to give you the backstory over time of our love story.
Right.
But we met back in college. It was a fast love affair.
Fast and
furious.
Yeah.
And we've always just truly enjoyed one another.
Yeah.
Sounds
No,
super
it was.
weird.
I mean,
but
it was like that. For
yeah.
real. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of times where there could be 100 different people in the room.
99 of them don't believe in you.
And all it takes is one.
Just takes the one.
And she was my person.
And she was mine. Wow.
So good.
I believe now what we need to do, that we've introed that line, is we need to say it in every single episode for the rest of the time.
In fact, let's just take that and put it on loop for an hour.
Put it on loop for an hour. Spoiler.
And this is going to be a little bit more lighthearted than, hopefully it's going to be more lighthearted than the Jesse Lee Ward podcast earlier. I'm just trying to build up some of the Beachbody content on my channel because I get a small influx of Beachbody people on my Instagram, and I'm just trying to build up a little bit more content for this MLM side of it. Not ditching any of the other stuff I've done. I know I need to upload actual videos instead of live stream. I just like talking to people in the chat so much. It's just hard to pull away and do that. So Lynn and Dawn and Sky and all the regulars, I really like live streaming late at night, and so that's just what we're doing again. Let's go back here.
Or what you need to know is part of our segment. What you need to know is that's a Lady Gaga reference.
Yep,
So,
to Bradley.
Oh,
You're my Bradley Cooper.
in life.
In your mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's move beyond when we met.
Yes.
We met, Fast and Furious, fell in love. It was fire.
Fire. Hot fire. Hot fire.
Come to find out, we have the same sense of humor.
Yep.
We have like more fun with each other than anybody. People have more fun around us, so we think. I mean, some people have called us.
So we have been told.
What do they call us? Like overwhelming?
Overwhelming. And so
We
if
disagree.
you get
We disagree.
Yeah, if you get overwhelmed easily by women friendships, this probably isn't the place for you. But if
What do you mean women
love
friendships? I don't get
being
that.
in a girl group
And like
entertained, this is totally for you. Because we're going to be your virtual friends every week.
So
Lighter than cigars, McManly by a mile. Yeah, we needed a little bit of a lighthearted podcast. I definitely cried my eyes out after I finished live streaming the Jessie Lee Ward podcast because it made me so upset what she said about the homeowners that she was renting from, the landlords being peasants. And I don't know, it just made me a build up from the cigar dude, Dominic Izzo, and Jessie Lee Ward, and I was like, just gotta get a good cry out. And now I just want to do something lighthearted, wanted to live stream, hang out with you guys, and just do something not heavy. I'm really grateful for the late night lives because it's in the morning for me. I'm not selfish at all. I love that. And I like being able to, kind of plug in and press in, I guess, to my night owlness that I have. And I like that other people are awake this time of night or morning, however it is, whatever part of the world you're in. I love it.
And we will tell you more about who I am. I'm Ashlie.
And I'm Colleen.
So we'll tell you, right.
Next time.
We'll tell you more about it at some point. At some point, we think. But so then what happened was we just started hanging out, having a lot of fun. People would tell us things like, "Gosh, you guys are so funny. You should have a TV show."
Yes,
and we're like,
people still say that.
Damn straight, we should.
Why don't we?
So then, fast forward again.
I remember one time someone said,
"Are you gonna say it?" I mean, am I thinking what you're thinking?
I think you are. But somebody told us, they're like, you two should get paid to go to parties.
Oh, what? I do not remember that. Who said that?
Mason.
Oh, okay, but that's what I'm thinking of. He was really our biggest fans.
Yeah.
But I didn't remember him saying that.
Yeah, he's like, you guys should get paid to go to parties. And I was like, yeah.
Oh my
we
God,
should
that's
get
the thing.
paid
Which,
to
by the way,
party.
Dream board?
Yeah.
Let's throw it out there. If you guys are having a birthday party someday and you want us to come,
we'll be there.
pay us.
Pay
We'll
us.
be there.
Pay us all your life savings and we'll be there.
Yeah.
Just
We only charge $1 million each.
chump change.
Not a big deal.
Chump change.
MBD.
MBD.
So anyway, so then what happened was, I feel like even fast forward, this is like a long intro to how we got here, but I think it's important you know how You Can Sit With Us was born.
Yep.
Somebody reached out to me. I have like a social media presence. So this person reached out to me and he said, hey, we're like filming this new duo food TV show or something.
Right.
And it was like going to be on the Food Network or like some major TV show. And he was like, but it has to be you with somebody else. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously first thing pops into mind because
I'm sorry, I'm cutting the story off. I really want to look to see if she ended up being on any kind of pilot. So I'm going to imdb.com. And we're going to just take a look-see. Ashlie Molstad. No results, so it didn't go anywhere. Interesting. Maybe, I guess I should have just kept listening. Let's go back.
we have been wanting to like do something like this, like create a YouTube channel or something for a while. So then
I remember you sent me an email and you're like, hey, I feel like I don't even need to ask you this, but would you be interested?
Yeah.
And I practically jumped through the computer.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
of
knew
course
you
I
were
would be
in.
interested.
Yeah.
So we got together and we filmed our audition
Basically the
for
best
this.
2 minutes of in all time of
And
anything ever recorded.
The biggest takeaway we had from that was we can't stop this because we had so much fun. Like we had always been fun for fun's sake.
Right.
So we had never put intention behind our fun and like a creativeness behind our fun.
Right.
And that was addictive fast.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get the TV show.
Oh, no.
We did not get the TV show, but we did have
Okay.
a pretty huge learning. And that was everyone was correct. We do need a TV show, and we're going to create our own damn show.
Yep. So we started You Can Sip With Us by going to different restaurants in Portland, trying those out.
Okay,
a
cool.
lot of you
Cool.
started hanging out with us then. Those episodes still live on YouTube, and they were a blast. Then we had some long distance love because Ash lives half of the year in Arizona. I live in Portland, Oregon.
Yep.
We had a
Ashlie lives half the year in Arizona. Man, I wish that Cheryl and Jen and Amber and Amy were awake right now. I had a little bit of a brain stop. I apologize for eating on camera. I'm very hungry for some reason, and so I hope muting is okay if I'm not being too obnoxious about it. I didn't realize that Ashlie lived half the year in Arizona. Interesting.
little bit of a hiatus. We came back strong.
And as close as we are, I mean, besties isn't strong enough. Like soulmates,
Yes.
sister, nothing is big enough for like
Absolutely,
our relationship.
Sky.
There's no term that has been in the English language yet.
None.
But even still, we both suck at like talking on the phone.
We hate it.
So we didn't like talk.
Yeah.
We would like text randomly, and like of course when Taylor Swift dropped her last album, we spent 2 hours on the phone listening or like messaging, listening, like having a virtual listening party.
And we had visits.
Yeah, and we
You know.
saw each other, which was great. But we were just terrible at staying in touch. So now what we're doing is we're being selfish. We're creating our own show.
Yeah.
And talking to each other weekly.
That's exactly right.
And we're just bringing you along for the ride.
Yeah.
Love it or leave it, we don't care.
No, but we want you here.
Yeah, we do want you here.
Very badly want to be your friends.
Yeah. So subscribe, tell your friends, tell your people.
Tell your husband, tell your wives, tell your family.
Tell your
The one thing I will say, their audio gets much better as the podcast continues, because the podcast that I downloaded from their Patreon that I paid for sounds really good. And this sounds pretty decent compared to Jessie Lee Ward's podcast. They seem like they have some kind of good chemistry. I have some feelings about Ashley's sales practices, and she has maybe some limited negative feelings about me because I'm blocked from her Instagram, which is great. The only point of contention I had was Ashlie spent a specific amount of time on her Instagram saying that negative feedback doesn't bother her. Just like we heard here, if you don't like it, no skin off our back. In that case, I kind of thought we wouldn't be blocking anybody because it doesn't bother you. It seems like it does bother you on some level, so again, there's a discrepancy between, it seems to me, what you're saying and what you're doing. It is what it is.
But episode 2 came back, season 2 came back, and now our format has evolved into a podcast, and we're
you guys
so excited about it. So every week you tune in, we will have this podcast up sometime before the end of the month.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
going to be live.
Weekly from there on out. And you can expect us to fill you in on what you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it can be about things we love. Sometimes it's updates for each other on things happening in our lives. It can be TV, music, really
It can be deep shit. It can be
necessary.
Really anything. Just basically what you need to know from the last week that went down.
What you need to know.
Yeah.
We'll also fill you in on, or we'll hot topic it.
Yeah.
So we'll cover hot topics.
Yes.
And those can be anything from the week, viewer questions, advice, like message us, email us, like we want to know what you guys want us to talk about.
Yes.
And peaks and valleys.
Precisely. And and then the highs and lows. And you'll be on the evolution if we decide to change things. But right now, that's what we're working with.
And we're going to get started.
It's fire. This is fire. It's going to be fire. You know what? Cheers to the fire.
Cheers
You are
to the
hot.
inferno.
Wow.
I feel like I want that Instagram filter that has the where it's like fire. That's my favorite one because it's like rock and roll.
I a little bit feel like people overuse those.
I do overuse that 100%.
And the
I
love
love
one,
it so much.
it's like,
Yeah.
and then like snap through the next one. You're boring me, you know?
Yeah. Have you heard the music though to the fire one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fire one is good if it's short, but if it's like for 10 seconds or the whole 15 seconds that a story allows you,
Yeah.
I am out so hard.
I could play that over and over and over.
And see, so we like each other. We have similarities, but we have.
Don, I'm sure someone in the chat's going to be able to point you in the right direction, but really all of the YouTube tutorials I've seen are great. You really can't go wrong. Slow visual learning is best. Having someone right there is best. True. I know there's a lot of good ones. I'll look it up while we keep playing. Let me see.
Some serious differences.
Yeah, and this is a major one.
This is a major one.
Let's
We're gonna
launch
work
in.
through it.
What do I need?
No.
Oh,
You
cool.
tell me
Lynn's
what.
on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I don't think I came prepared.
well.
What do I need to know?
Okay.
Calling from this.
I have a major TV update. I am
What?
about to unload on TV recommendations
What?
right now. I have been busy.
You always bring your notes.
I take notes. I come prepared. This matters to me.
Yeah, tear your page out and I need a page. I need to write my notes. Give me some notes.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Give me notes.
I feel like the A student and you are
Sky, there is a 25 million view video called How to Crochet for Absolute Beginners Part 1. And seems like a pretty strong candidate. I'm sure Lynn's going to be able to give you some better ones as well, but this one looks pretty good. And it's called How to Crochet for Absolute Beginners Part 1.
copying.
Do I survive life?
You are copying right now.
Yeah,
And I'm fine with it. I'm passing you my answers.
Oh, not Sky.
I thought it was
Dawn.
92
Dawn,
notes,
sorry.
right?
Are you
I got
ready?
lost track of the
You're
chat.
gonna actively listen to me
I'm actively
well and you
listening.
take notes.
No, I'm taking
I have
notes of
other
what you're
friends
saying.
who will actively listen to me because
Yes,
guys,
you need me.
oh my gosh, I
Wow.
have been busy watching television. I have so busy. House of Cards
Oops. Dang it.
is. Have you seen that show
No,
before?
or even heard of it. What is that?
You have not heard of House
Is that the
of
one
Cards?
With,
Have you
that
been
political
living under a bridge?
I feel like maybe I have, but I'm blanking. Is it the one with Kevin Spacey?
Okay. For those of you who are first-time listeners to this in the podcast, I feel like I need to apologize.
Wait, what's that one called?
Their audio
That's
is
House of
so
Cards. Yeah, Kevin
pingy.
Spacey. Yeah, so you do know it.
Yeah, I was not sure if it was correct. Okay, yeah.
Let me see if I can improve this at all. Hold on. Properties. No, I need filters. I definitely need filters. Testing. Okay, I thought I lost it. Filters. Edit filters. Add filter. VST2 plugin. Is that it? Presets. I'm gonna go brighter and brassy. Side base removal, mids boost. Activate. Testing. Does that sound different? Who knows? Hopefully that'll sound a little bit different. I don't know if that sounds different. I'm hoping it's going to impact them a little bit, but I don't know promises at all.
Okay, I'm with you.
Oh, geez, still bad.
Spacey.
You are a bully. Yeah, so he was called out with the Me Too movement.
Yes.
And
What?
danger, right?
They let him go.
Okay.
People were uncertain if the show was going to come back.
Whoa.
It has come back. The star
Wife?
female is amazing. She's
wife,
so
right?
talented. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the series finale, and that has come back.
Okay.
We binged the whole thing, and here's what I'll say: if you love House of Cards, watch it. It is worth it. Give the season a good farewell.
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed. You won't be probably that crazy about it.
Yeah.
As a fan, I give it a solid B. Okay? Not an A. If you don't care about House of Cards, if you have to ask what House of Cards is,
I do not
do
like
not
House of
watch
Cards.
it.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
Not worth it.
Another show we need to talk about. Have you seen the commercials for the show Manifest on like NBC or something?
Yeah. Is that the
It. I'm not going to pick on their audio. It gets much better the longer they do this. They have a ton of episodes. They have 167 in the Patreon that I downloaded, and again, I'm not revealing those. It's just straight from Spotify. We are talking over it and reacting to it. In the chat, do y'all have any good movie or TV shows recommendations? And I guess my first question is, do you prefer TV shows or movies? I prefer TV shows because obviously I'm a long format content lover, as we're streaming for the second time today. I don't think I can tolerate it since Spacey is the main character for most of it. Agree. I'll give them grace for the audio. I've listened to their Patreon one and it's much better. And if we're, I definitely want to acknowledge the people who are doing good with their audio, because it is so painful to listen to Jessie Lee Ward. So I am not picking on them at all. It is a little bit hard to listen to because I have it a little bit turned up. But other than that, it's not. I know it's going to get better, so that's great.
Plain one?
Yeah. So
Give me a break.
it has gotten a lot of buzz because it's like you take some of these
Yeah, because
people.
there's a huge marketing budget. There's no way.
I gotta be in the mood and watch a
actual
show.
organic
Yeah.
buzz.
Right.
That show is a joke. I haven't even seen it.
Wow.
I really like, again, I like tuning into live streams. I love watching Aaron and Julie Joe, 𝐶𝐶 Suarez. I've actually started liking Charlotte of the Web. I don't remember exactly what her handle is. I love Emily D. Baker. She is my number one favorite YouTuber to listen to. I like the Behavior Panel, and I like listening to them while I'm working. It's easier to listen to a live stream while I'm working instead of having to see what's going on the screen. But if I'm gonna watch a show, it's got to be a TV show for me. Movies, I have a higher standard for, so I don't really enjoy them as much because it's so short, and it's like I'm gonna get invested, and there has to be a resolution in the 2.5 hours I'm gonna sit here, unless it's like Marvel, where there's a lot of movies in one, whatever it's called.
So here's my review of it.
Because you are going to say to watch it.
Here, I'm going to give an honest review of it because we watched 2 or 3 episodes. Here's what I'll say. Because the marketing budget alone, I thought, I feel like I owe it to myself to just see what this is about.
Did you watch the...
I've actively watched for 3
But
minutes.
you mean you watched the previews and you still decided I should watch the show?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Here's what I will say. So the premise of the show, these people go on a plane. They feel like they're taking a normal flight. They land. They've been gone for like 5 years.
Yeah.
People are like, oh my God, I mourned your death. I got remarried, all these things.
The ages on the plane in 5 years. Like, it does not make sense. It's a stupid premise.
And that's just it. It doesn't make sense. So mass confusion. And I happen to like these sort of sci-fi things. Here's what I'll say. It is very watered down. It is like eating a Snickers bar.
What?
And I mean that in a kind way.
What?
Sometimes a Snickers bar is delicious.
Always.
You have 1 or you have 2, but you never feel quite fulfilled. Whereas shows like Breaking Bad are like a 4-course meal.
Is this
right?
making sense to any of you?
It's making sense to everybody. So all I'm saying is, sometimes you want a Snickers bar, something light, something you don't have to care about.
No,
something
you should say like a
Like this
Musketeers bar.
podcast.
That's not fulfilling.
That's fine. 3 Musketeers
Fine.
bar. We'll
Okay,
play your
fine.
game. We'll do this your way. Whatever you want to do. And a fun size one at that, not very much.
Right.
And you're gonna feel like absolute crap afterwards.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, but they're easy to pop in your mouth. That's manifest.
Oh boy.
Wait, so
Moving on.
do you literally, if I see a 3 Musketeer, this is where we differ. This is great. Because if I see a 3 Musketeer bar on the counter and a fun size one, not in a million years would I eat it.
Well, then manifest isn't for you.
I didn't even make that perfectly clear. Great.
I have 2 more TV updates.
I
for
hear
you,
so-
okay?
I'm
There's a
not
show
gonna pick
getting
on
a
their
lot of
audio. I'm
organic
not
buzz
gonna
right
pick
now
on their
called
audio.
Bodyguard. It's like the #1 show in Europe. Rotten Tomatoes is very high. It's short. It's like less than 10 episodes. If you need something to watch, it's very good.
Okay, here's a question. Do any of y'all watch Only Murders in the Building? And if you don't get it in the country you're located in, if you have a VPN, you can stick your VPN in the United States and watch it on Hulu if you have access to Hulu. I Really enjoy it. I think Steve Martin and Martin Short are great, and Selena Gomez is in it, and I think that she adds something interesting, and season 2 just came out. I don't know, shows can get on my nerves. Miscommunication being a plot point can ruin a show for me, especially if they do it over and over again. Yeah. I really like it. It's basically these people who are obsessed with murder, like true crime podcasts. Someone in their building ends up being murdered, and it's how they come together and try to solve the crime. I like it. It's lighthearted if you like something lighthearted. There's 10 episodes, I think, in season 1, and there's 10 episodes in season 2. Yeah. I agree, Lynn. I don't like that. And again, even in when things happen between characters where it's like, that's not realistic, that wouldn't happen in real life, I can't overcome it, and I'm like, I'm out. I will check it out, but I hadn't heard of it. Yeah, it's I would say that it is a lighthearted, interesting watch. I wouldn't say it's a top show, but if you think that Steve Martin has some funny points, he and Martin Short, I think, are very funny, and I think that they are very strong comedians and actors, and I think that they additionally support Selena Gomez, and I like the multi-generational cast, and I like the concept.
Very intense. And lastly, we got hooked on the show last night.
That series is on my list, DeeCee. I just haven't started on my list yet.
On Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I've heard about this because of Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts is in it, and I
am taking a note. I'm going to write that down.
So she plays a psychiatrist at this business called Homecoming.
Yeah.
That vets come home and they go into this immersive program to get better, but it's like twisted. And for those of you who might have seen the show Mr. Robot, the same
that's an
producers
interesting show.
behind this is Mr. Robot. Anyways, I'm loving these A-list people who come onto the small screen, like Julia Roberts, Amy Adams in Sharp Objects, Nicole Kidman, and Reese. And also, did you know who's joining the new season of Big Little Lies?
I have
big
seen,
A-lister.
Yeah. I've seen.
I don't even know what that show is.
Meryl Streep.
Oh, that I did not know.
Major.
Big Little
She's
Lies?
going to be on season 2 of Big Little Lies.
Okay, here's my question. Do y'all know what Big Little Lies is? Because I don't. I need to look it up real quick because I can't continue. I'm actually enjoying this podcast more than I thought I would. I mostly just like talking to the live chat and replay crew. Hello. This is a little bit different. We are going to be going through every single one of Ashlie, and I think her name's Colleen's podcast. Let's see. Big Little Lies. Why is my background twitching? Who knows? Big Little Lies. It's a drama series. HBO. Have y'all, what in the world? I'm gonna get flagged for this. What in the world is this? Oh, it's the one with Reese Witherspoon in it. Okay. Nicole Kidman and plenty more celebs. Yep. I have never seen it. I think I've heard of it, but I don't know what it's about. Let me read the little... I did not mean to click on my microphone. I'm not sure if I'm having a lot of background noise. I do have my fan on because it's very hot in Texas right now, and I'm testing a little bit of my fan on. I'm going to read it real quick. The apparently perfect lives of upper-class mothers at a prestigious elementary school unravel to the point of murder when a single mother moves to their quaint Californian beach town. Interesting. It looks like there are 2 seasons, and they're on HBO Max. Interesting.
more than A-list.
She's the queen.
She's literally like created the list.
Yeah, there's like Oprah and Meryl Streep in my top ever forever list.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, this, we have not finished it, so I cannot say how it ends. I can't say my overall take on it.
Right.
But man, we started watching it last night. It's Homecoming?
No,
or
the
Big Little Lies.
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll have to look into that.
Stay tuned.
I feel like they're making it right now.
Stay tuned.
I guess the very last thing is Breaking Bad is making a movie.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yep, and I felt like you needed to know that.
This
I
is
know
actually,
you like
you
Breaking
just
Bad.
took me on a full spectrum of emotion with all of this.
Yeah.
Like, I was really low for a minute there. You really took me to a new low with that whole manifest bullshit you were talking about.
You were bothered by the candy,
Yeah, it's
too.
offensive. Well, who also who says you eat a Snickers bar and it's unsatisfying?
You're right.
That's literally their entire slogan.
That
It's
was my mistake.
they're satisfying.
Right.
I mean,
No, I
she's
meant,
missing the
like-
point of what she said.
Okay,
But
you can reference York peppermint patty.
I think maybe the banter fun thing is their bit. But I understood what they meant by if you're really hungry, a Snickers is not going to fully satisfy you, in my opinion. I get what she was saying. I think they're just having fun. And I feel like I hope I have enough grace to say, like, yeah, they're having fun. I get it.
But, like, if you have 100, are you still satisfied or do you feel
Yes, I probably feel sick if I have 100 Snickers bars. But I
Anyway,
feel like
talk more about how I left you feeling now.
now I am feeling so freaking excited. I want to watch Homecoming. Great. I forgot all about that there's a season 2 of Big Little Lies, which if you haven't, hot take, if you haven't seen the first season of Big Little Lies, you
Okay,
must.
controversial
And Meryl Streep's gonna die.
question for the chat in replay crew. But mostly for the live chat. How do you feel if you like the idea of a TV show? How do you feel about the idea of a series only having 2 seasons? Because if it only has 2 seasons, there's a very limited chance I would ever watch it. Only because I'm afraid of getting involved with something and it not resolving. I need resolution. I really do. I don't know what y'all think about that, but if you do like TV shows, how do you feel about shows with only 2 seasons and there's not going to be any more?
Bad.
Making a movie.
Breaking Bad is still top 1 or 2 shows of all time.
Not for me.
What's the other
That's
one?
okay.
Handmaid's? I knew it. Yep.
Yeah.
And if you
Waste
are
of a
listening
show
and
when
you
there's
haven't
just a few
seen Breaking
seasons.
Bad or Handmaid's, just stop right now.
Yeah,
Listening to us.
quit
and
listening.
Go to your television.
Quit your job. Actually, you need
Quit
to
your job,
do.
quit
You
everything.
need to turn on.
If it wrapped up well, I'm cool with it. That's fair. If it wrapped up well, and I haven't, okay, next question. What are some TV shows that have very few seasons that wrapped up well, with 3 or less seasons? My number 1 that wrapped up well was Travelers. 3 seasons, wrapped up incredibly, love it. Hubby's the king of getting into series that abruptly end. It's magical. And not any more than 5 repetitive. Interesting. You get so annoyed. I do too. And then you're like emotionally involved and then you really want something to be able to, resolve, and it's never going to. Because they're not going to pick it up. I'm trying to read all the comments. I accidentally repeated comments earlier when I was reading on my other live stream, so I'm trying to figure out the right positioning of this. Oh yay, my emojis came back. Hooray, that's amazing.
You go on a massive marathon of watching these shows.
We'll be here when you get back.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
No. What do I need to know? Are you prepared?
Well, I'm not like super prepared, but I will become more prepared as we,
Hi,
as
Lori.
I have my professionalism. Right. But what I will say is 2 things. First, keeping in line, this is kind of be a little bit of a downer, I feel like, but keeping in line with the TV show thing, I was like, what big things happened to me this week? 2 big things happened to me. One, I was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which I don't understand. I think it's like a cool thing for people to hate on the Kardashians. Like, I hate them. You can actually install a filter to like not have the Kardashians pop up in your world anywhere. And I'm like,
Wow.
I don't understand why
It's
people
extreme.
hate them that much because Sure, they can be annoying, and I'm about to talk to you about why they annoy me, but I also feel like they do work their asses off, and they are very, very smart businesswomen. Like, they are multi-millionaires. Some of them are, Kylie is like billionaire.
She's millionaire.
Billionaire. Like the youngest self-made billionaire or something is recent with her little, what?
Yeah.
Disagree?
Just self-made is asterisk on that.
Oh, right.
But we talked
Because
about
she's
that.
part of the Jenner Kardashian.
Well, when you come from nothing to something, that's different from coming from everything to everything plus more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, fair.
But
anyway.
But she's a hard worker, and I'm not hating on it.
Right.
It's just facts.
I'm okay. I think that the mom is the marketing strategist of the Kardashian group. I think they're all intelligent, and they have leveraged what little publicity they had going in, and they have again leveraged it for their own benefit. They make a lot of money. That's about all I can say.
Yeah. So great. So that's great.
Okay.
I don't hate the Kardashians. I watch the show. I cannot follow them on Instagram, but I always check out their feeds anyway. You know, like I'm interested, but I can't support them with a like. Anyway, so I'm watching the show, and one thing that drives me crazy, like I love the family dynamic. Like I actually want to be a part of that family because they look like they have so much fun.
Seems so
Not
loyal
our
too.
level of fun, but like yeah.
But,
𝐔𝐒𝐄,
like,
I want to be friends with 𝐔𝐿𝐒.
They've gone through so much stuff, and they are ride or die.
Ride or die.
I will be there for you no matter what.
And I think that's part of why I want to. Maybe I don't want to be part of their family, but I want to be part of a family like that.
I mean, it is. You got to give them credit for that for sure.
Yeah, it's major.
Yeah.
But I cannot stand the amount of energy that they spend on their TV show and in their lives talking about the looks. So what just happened recently on this last episode that I watched was Kylie Jenner had just had her baby, which looks like she never had a baby, and that should never be anyone's goal. Once you have a kid, to look like you never had a kid. Like, drives me crazy, this stuff around pregnancy. Like, you should get your body back. I'm like, where did my body go? Because it just grew a human. That's pretty fucking epic. So she's talking about that. She's insecure. She's at this photo shoot. And I get you're insecure post-baby because your body's totally changed. You don't recognize it. And then Kim goes in and she's telling her, like, I get it. I feel for her. And she's telling Kylie, like, just put on a pair of Spanx. She's like, there were times that I wouldn't even leave the house without 3 pairs of Spanx on after I had my kid. And I'm just like, all of these people looking up to you, and they get a lot of a young audience. And so I just feel like, I hate when people tell me, because I have the following that I have on social media, like, as an influencer, you should really be more like, you should be careful about saying this. I'm like, well, it's my page. But it still really bothers me that, because if the Kardashians embrace their bodies, if they were like, dude, yeah, I look like this and I just had a baby, like, say what you want. Sure, I might be fat. But if they embrace their bodies, I feel like it gives permission to other people to embrace theirs. Because all these people are looking up to them. And instead, they're getting every injection and every cut and da-da-da. And I'm all about it. It really fired me up this week. I was really pissed about it.
I can still sense a fire in you about it. And I'm getting there too.
Okay. I'm gonna let it continue. I'm not sure what I think about that. It feels a little bit like maybe Ashlie is not aware of how much influence she has either. But again, I know that her downline Emily is much bigger than her now. Not bigger as in physically bigger. She is more well known on, like, at least on TikTok, and she is still a top 10 coach, I think. They are talking excuse me. They're talking about the Kardashians and how they were hyper focused on looking perfect after any situation like childbirth or whatever. And they were talking about if they only accepted themselves, they would have a much better positive influence on the world because so many people look up to them.
Stoking the fire in me. So so in some ways I appreciate it when people are vulnerable. Like, I feel insecure about this or something. But it would be great if the reply to that wasn't, I wore 3 pairs of Spanx. It's, I'm sorry you're feeling this way, but let's remind like what you just
Girl, I
did,
get it.
and how you're
yeah.
more than just your skin, and your skin, like your body is powerful. Right. I see what you're saying.
So anyway, that's why I was like, this is going to be a little bit of a downer, but I think it's important to anybody that's listening to us, because it's going to probably be primarily females, and then Chris, Colleen's husband,
Right.
number one supporter over there.
Yeah.
But pretty much females, and a lot of you are either moms, or you're going to have kids, or you're going to go through some sort of body change or insecurity, and it's just important to remember that, like, our bodies are not here to look beautiful. Our bodies are not here to be ornaments, like to decorate. They really are here for so much more. They get you through life. They've either created life, they can create life, or if you're not interested in being a mom, then they take you everywhere you want to go, right? You walk on two legs, most of us. If you don't, there's that, like, the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you're alive, the fact that your heart beats and your lungs breathe and your liver detoxifies, and like all of these things are happening. Insecurity is still a thing that I have, and I'm super obviously passionate about this. I have insecurity, but I just have to talk myself out of that.
Yeah.
Because it's not the way to be. And if you're a Kardashian, like, I don't know,
Step
I just feel
up.
like they are so powerful. Anything they say, people do. They listen, right?
Do
like,
they?
It's amazing to have that kind of influence, and I just wish they realized how crazy it is, because they have a bunch of little girls in their family.
Are the Kardashians that influential? I know they are, on some level, but I don't know necessarily if, and I'm not their target market. Well, the K clan has built their empire on the perfect image, and it obviously sells. So you could also say that the multi-level marketing reps should be more realistic. It's still not going to happen. Yeah. You're fine. You're totally fine. You're fine, Lynn. I think we've all seen my spelling errors and my technical difficulties, and it's literally, it is what it is. Everything's welcome here, except hate, but yes, everything's welcome.
Unfortunately, I mean, who knows what journeys they'll go through, but they probably won't.
Right.
So it's on all of us to reframe this.
Right. So as you're consuming this media, and the Kardashians are just one of them, but as you're consuming social media, as you're consuming the Kardashians or magazine covers or anything, just understand, like, that's a highlight reel. They've got their own insecurities. There's a lot of people that are struggling with shit, and you are a normal human being if you have insecurities too.
Yes. And we'll leave it there.
Okay, I mean, that's
Great.
That
Wow.
was
generality.
I was sweating after
that was
It intense.
passionate,
It was intense.
but that was good. And wow, okay,
But it's important. It's what you guys need to know. You need to know. We're humans.
Yeah, the world needs
Our bodies
to know this.
are. I mean, you knew we were humans, but like, our bodies are incredible.
And there's a serious lack of role models for that.
Yeah.
So we're in charge of that.
Right.
What about all the
Everybody
beach body
listening, we gotta
coaches?
step up.
Yeah.
Hot topics.
Wow.
I've got a couple.
Okay, I bet
Do
you do
you?
because you're prepared.
Do you have any?
I can think of a few on the off the cuff, off the fly.
Do you
Oh,
want
geez.
to do that
No,
now, or do
I
you want me to go
do
first?
not want to go first.
Caitlyn and Sean. Caitlyn, the Bachelorette, and Sean. I am so for those of you who don't know.
I'm unfortunately one of those who blurt out corrections when someone says or writes something grammatically incorrect, so I have to set myself at the same standard. I can appreciate that, Lynn. I have lots of fumbles on my end, and I appreciate people telling me the truth, so I feel free to correct yourself if you need to.
No, they've broken up.
I can't talk about this.
And this
This has been devastating to me.
Here's another question for the live chat. Do y'all watch The Bachelorette or The Bachelor, whatever show they're talking about? The reality TV show where people date a lot of people and there's one reigning champion at the end. So, I mean, I'm like not a dedicated Bachelor fan. I know that's annoying and I'm trying to be better about it, but it's ingrained in my head. Hey, I mean, I feel like be who you are. And if you want to change, you know, you can pivot if you want. If you don't, it's cool too. Everyone's welcome. Yeah, I'm not a Bachelor fan.
Absolute devastation.
here's the thing. I follow her on Instagram. You follow her on Instagram?
Absolutely, I do.
And her whole thing is
Yeah,
like,
same
I
Sky.
don't need to post pictures of Sean to prove that we're happy. I don't have to prove anything. So I've been noticing not a lot of pictures of
Right,
him.
he's been gone.
On
her feed.
her stories, they're like going to weddings alone. But
I've opted out of the reality thing. It's not that big here in Norway. That's fair. It's interesting how different things are. I feel like potentially different shows are bigger in different countries. But I didn't realize that reality TV wasn't super big in Norway. That's super interesting. What are there any, like, as a country, are there any like popular shows that most people generally like? I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm asking the question the right way. I don't know. Sorry, my voice is like cracking from being sick. I don't know when it's gonna get better.
back of my head, I'm like, they don't need to prove anything to me. They're happy.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the other shoe drops.
Yeah.
They're not so happy. They are not together anymore.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it.
It's brutal.
Oh
It's
my
really
gosh.
awful. I listened to her podcast too, and she'd had people on where people were like, "You're gonna make it." Like even Sean will be ones that beat the odds and shit out. Absolutely. And I love them, but I've been trying to figure out what happened, what went wrong.
Right.
So I listened to her podcast that dropped today, listened to the one on Monday. I think they're repeats because they're not relevant. So then I listened to the first 5 minutes when I realized they weren't relevant. I'm like, I'm out. But I did go back to one where she had with Sean in March. I think it was in March.
Yep.
And I could, now knowing that they're not together, I could see the tension back then. Like,
really?
there was jabs going back and forth, and they were like laughing it off probably because the mics were on. But I feel like when the mics aren't on, there's jabs going back and forth all the time about things. And
interesting, Lynn.
yeah, I feel like the writing was on the wall. But you could hear it as like, oh, they just have like this jovial banter. But
you
now,
saw it.
no, well, I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
But now knowing on the other side, like, oh, those jabs aren't,
Right.
those aren't playful.
No.
Those are serious things.
That was a
Really.
breakup on the brinks.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm still devastated about it. And
Do you think they could get back together?
I really hope so. But
Here's hoping.
Why?
I feel
Why?
like they are two very different people.
Mm-hmm.
So
If you feel
I
like they're
don't-
very different
like,
people,
even when
why
they
is
were
my
good,
microphone
I
so
was
hot?
like,
If you feel like they're different people, and here's a genuine question. If someone breaks up and they're so different, they're not good together, why would you want them to get back together? If we're talking about something that literally doesn't matter, and that's my question. If you have people who are not good for each other, what's the point? What is, why would you want them to be back together just to make you happy? I don't get it. I know they're just talking. Maybe this is why I'm not a good reality TV show person. I will say I watched Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, and I Love New York when I was younger. I've never seen any of those. I need to watch so many trailers. I feel like I get such a good pop culture kind of education in the live chat because I've found out about so many different things.
other than both of them are very good looking,
Right.
I don't really see, them having a lot in common.
Right.
I don't know. He's so into fitness. She's so into drinking. And I'm into both.
Right.
Right. But
And we were into them.
Yeah.
And now we have to move on. I hope they could get back together. I hope they're both happy. Anyway, I just
That's
wanted to bring
really
this up
cool,
because
Lynn.
we texted about it, but we
It's
hadn't
brutal.
talked about it, and it felt like a big thing in the Bachelor world.
Basically VH1 reality shows. I'll have to check some out. I kind of had a limited viewing of stuff as a kid, and I feel like I'm playing catch up. I feel like I'm playing catch up in my middle-agedness.
Yeah.
And they were like our favorite couple.
Yeah.
Because we
Oh,
got, like,
hands down.
they're the most real.
Mhm.
They like took it very seriously. Anyway, what a bummer. Do you have any hot topic that you'd like to discuss?
I had one.
They
And
just
I forgot
didn't.
it.
I thought they just talked about this.
You are bringing your A game today.
You know what?
Oh my
you tell me
gosh.
the first episode of our pilot and it's gonna live somewhere forever. I will show up.
That's all you did.
That's all I did. I will show up in physical form, but not in any preparedness.
What?
I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
probably more
I
shows,
have
but I
a
don't
movie
watch
to
regular
talk
TV
Thank
anymore.
you. Thank
That's
you.
fair.
Pretend this is my hot topic.
I feel like we're on the Titanic, and I have buckets of water, and I'm just trying to.
But I'm bucketing it back
You are jabbing more ice into the side.
Okay, I mean, I'm just gonna stay in my wheelhouse. I think that I like the idea of two people who really enjoy each other's company interacting and having a conversation. I obviously this is episode 1. They haven't really kind of shaved off the rough parts yet. I get that. I can see probably the potential that they may have good chemistry. Again, I've listened to the Patreon episodes, and I hope that I get a good answer about being able to react to those, because those are much, much juicier. If this is a game, I'm scared of lesser games. I don't know. This must be this must be like the rough, again, it's episode 1. Maybe this is the only take they did. Who knows? I don't even know if any part is cut. It sure doesn't sound like any of it's cut. I like the concept of the podcast, but it's just too much noise in between. Yeah, and I think it's partly their microphones. I think that they end up getting something better that captures the sound better, because wherever they're filming, it sounds really echoey. So I think that they improve where they're going to be filming or recording, I guess that's the correct term, recording, and I think that they get better microphones at some point, because the audio sounds much better on the Patreon, much better. But again, that I downloaded 3 years worth of podcasts, 4 years worth of podcasts last night, and I think they started doing stuff in 2018 as well, so they must have improved something really quickly. Who knows? The pilot episode, if you will. Yes, Sky. Perfect description.
Well, you're in some, you lose some. You know? Next week I'll be better. I mean, maybe.
You have a very low bar for yourself. If you came next week with one thing,
I don't feel like that's like a terrible way to do things.
I'm looking at her notes right now. She has bullet 1, bullet 2, which is empty, a scribble, and then her other thing is something I said.
Yeah, I want it down as a note to remember. I want to remember to watch that show. Wow. Okay, so I wasn't an A student. I have other strengths, Colleen. Waiting for it.
See, I would have cut this out. Just from so let's say that you're going to do one cut. Your energy's good. You are recording. And again, take this with a grain of salt, because I like live streaming, okay? But if they're having a good energy together, I would have cut out some of the laughing to move along the podcast. But again, maybe this is their first one. Maybe they ended up getting an editor. Who knows? It's just a friendly commentary on it. I'm not trying to be hypercritical, because there sure are a lot of episodes left. And again, I generally I don't hate it. I don't love it, but it's a much needed lighter episode in the grand scheme of the multi-level marketing reaction videos.
Okay, have you met my liver? Have you seen what my liver can do? I mean,
At least she can laugh at herself. That's good.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Okay, so I went back to the well on one of our favorite things today, the Reputation album. For those of you who are new here to the podcast,
which is everybody, because this is the pilot episode.
That's funny. That's funny.
Just worship the ground that Taylor Swift walks on.
Wow.
They're Swifties,
And
okay.
I was driving today, sunny day here in Portland, crisp air, and I thought, Reputation sounds good.
Yeah.
I played and I posted this on our stories. So again, follow us, because we're going to recommend all kinds of things. But I posted Call It What You Want To, because I just was feeling that song today.
Yeah.
I had it on repeat. I listened to it probably
You were
5 times.
You were living in it.
And then, do you want to know what came on after I took that off repeat?
No,
What
we
did?
end the story there.
No.
Yes, of course. Of course.
What does this mean?
Of course I want to know.
Dancing with Our Hands Tied.
Oh.
So, Dancing
I don't
with
know
Our Hands
any of
Tied
these songs.
is a song. For those of you who don't know, and if you don't know, please go listen to this whole
The
album.
whole album, but also several times through, because on the
Yes.
first pass, we are huge Taylor fans, so we loved it, and it got better with every but sometimes people are not Taylor fans.
Yeah.
It takes a few listens.
Yeah.
But it's and also, but you should know, she writes all of her own stuff. Like,
Yeah, and a more interesting side alley of this, Emily D. Baker has been looking at the Taylor Swift a little bit into the lawsuits, and again, because some recording artists get stuck with these music production companies or whatever it's called, where they can't get out of their contracts. The cool thing is that Taylor, because she has written all of her music, she gets certain re-recording rights, which is interesting. But Emily D. Baker is my jam. That's kind of my wheelhouse of like what I enjoy. So that's the only interesting part I know about Taylor Swift. And the gift of prophecy has cursed me. So here's a question for live chat. Replay crew, you can chime in as well. If we added a more lighthearted kind of reaction in this neighborhood, are y'all aware of one that maybe would be better than this? Or hopefully it'll end up being better. But again, I am still trying to iron out all of the kinks of responding to a Patreon podcast that they have done. That's a lot juicier, but I do like the idea of, and maybe we end up just doing kind of our own little podcast and talking about stuff and not making it a reaction. So, I mean, that is a possibility too, but what would we talk about? I don't know. Movies, maybe, or sci-fi stuff, or crocheting. I don't know. What would y'all want to... I don't know. I guess we're making a decision in the midstream of the midnight stream. But I'm trying to think. I like the idea of it being lighthearted, but I don't want it to be boring for y'all either. I do like reacting to stuff. I like reacting to videos. The Beachbody coach, whatever her name is, Kristen something or other, she's been wild and free, posting stuff that's been pretty crazy to listen to. I just don't know. What are y'all thinking? Arts and crafts. Arts, crafts, and alcohol. Great. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to waste y'all's time at all. I just, I'm a little undecided. Initially, I know I need to be doing like actual where I record and edit the video and upload it and do the deep dive and write it out. I've been pushing off my other stuff because I've been needing to do my Young Living one, but the anxiety has kind of overcome me in that department, so I'm just going to do it live. I'm going to read all the emails that I sent and I was sent, and I'm just going to kind of talk about my story just to get it out there, and then I might re-record in the future, but that's what's been kind of holding me up. And also, I really like live streaming. I really like talking to you while we're videoing and reacting. I like hearing y'all's commentary. I like hearing y'all's feedback. I really enjoy it. I like the community part. And I'm not really super interested in just not getting to interact as much if I post a video and I don't really get to talk with you guys. And I really do enjoy that, even with all my technical difficulties. Let's start our own Hooked on Confusion. That'd be great. That's so funny, Lynn. We could discuss everything that confuses us. In my case, that would be a lot. That would be awesome. I could find lots of things that are confusing to me. Lots of things confuse me. Multi-level marketing confuses me. Crochet and MLMs and schemes. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Let's do it. Yes, I will get a little crochet needle and some yarn, and we will talk about confusing stuff while we make blankets and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. We're changing the direction of the channel. Perfect. Let's see if I can even... I don't even know. We'll see. I will see. We're going to try it. We are definitely going to try it.
But she writes everything. So I feel like a lot of people don't know that. And that is what makes her a genius to me. Like, it is literally her diary that she puts in musical form.
She is a genius.
So know that when you're listening to it.
Lyrical genius. So I was listening to Dance with Our Hands Tied, which is, for those of you who are Taylor stans like us, about a relationship.
Aren't Taylor fans called Swifties? Isn't that what they're called? I didn't think they were called Taylor stans, stalker fans. I thought they were Swifties. Someone enlighten me, please. Replay crew, is it you? Can you tell me what the Taylor fans are called? I thought it was Swifties. It's a nice niche.
That she was keeping secret, and we don't know why.
We still don't know.
There are a lot of theories about who it's about and why, but basically, I heard this song today.
My verse could be, "Why does my plan blankets always end up as washcloths?" That is hilarious. Yes, Swifties. I thought it was Swifties. So if they are such huge, I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just going to take a sidebar. If they're such huge, are they not calling themselves Swifties because they are doing a podcast and they're trying to talk to people who are not necessarily Swifties? Because I feel like if you are super committed and appreciate Taylor, like they seem to, wouldn't you just say, yeah, we're Swifties. We're super fans of Taylor. Right? I don't know. I'm splitting hairs for no reason. Continue.
And I was the part where she's talking about, if I could do it all over again, I'd hold your hands as the water came rushing in. And like, if I could do it all over again, even if it meant our death, I would ride or die with you. Like, I would not let this relationship go. And I was listening to that song and I just thought,
good point.
This is a masterpiece. I already knew it, but I was feeling that part. I was like, yes. Yeah. And I just can't stop thinking about, who is that about?
Who is it about?
Who would she have that much regret about?
So, hot topic.
I feel like I'm trying to be a good mix of petty and fair, which is not really a good combo, but I just have questions. And again, you all already know I've had some commentary about Ashlie, so I'm just confused. Yeah, it could be Sky, like DeeCee says, multi-level marketing instead of MLMs. Yeah, for sure. They're trying to be more explanatory. Why do I always wake up with bites? I don't know. Are you okay?
Colleen also told me about this one.
Yeah. This is a deep dive into
because Taylor fans are crazy.
Fanatical fan theories.
But there have been people who have said that maybe it's about her dating Karlie Kloss. Yep. Or like having a relationship with Karlie Kloss.
A secret relationship with Karlie Kloss.
Which
and I know that sounds crazy to people who are hearing this for the first time.
Oh no, Sky.
When she told me that, I was like, bullshit, don't believe it. I'm not getting into this. And then I started listening to the song through that filter and I'm like, it actually totally makes sense. Yeah. Like in that lens. So who knows if it's about her, whatever. But because
bed bugs are the worst.
Taylor's a ride or die friend.
Yes.
So she could have been ride or die as like just in that relationship in general. Like we're ride or die in this relationship, right? Mm-hmm. But then we got taken to the next level with something else. Which who knows if that's true or not? Fine, we don't care either way. No, we just want anybody on the planet to be happy,
right?
But listen to the album, then listen to the lyrics because it is. It's crazy. Like,
listen to the album then read the lyrics? Is that what they meant?
Which Karlie got married and Taylor was not there.
I've misspoke when I was live streaming, so I get that.
Karlie got married to Jared Kushner's brother.
I don't know, first of all, who Jared Kushner is. No, and second of all, I didn't know who Karlie Kloss was when you first told me, and I had to Google her. She is like a model.
But Jared Kushner is married to Ivanka Trump. It's Ivanka Trump's husband.
What?
I don't know who Ivanka Trump is. Oh my God.
That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah, she is. She has that fashion line.
Yep. and she's also in the White House making big decisions.
I know. Okay.
They're so
everybody.
loud. That's okay.
I
That's
need some
okay.
credit. Jeez.
No. The same pattern as
Anyway.
Google, but
Any
they
other
seem to be
hot
mosquitoes.
topic, Ash, you want to talk about this
What?
week?
No, I've got. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've covered.
I'm
them.
confused.
I
Sorry.
feel like we're
Sorry,
going-
Journals
I
of
mean,
Awakening. I'm just confused.
We've covered them thoroughly. All right. I've brought a lot of value to this show.
You have.
So
And you always do.
acknowledge it.
Should we?
What's your valley for the week?
Oh, my valley for the week.
The-
Let me tell you.
What?
I have been having nightmares. I know. So for those of you listening, the face Ashlie just gave me is this what the hell face. And I'd love to know from anybody, please email, write in, like, how do you stop nightmares? And I'm wondering if I freaked myself out so badly in October. Very curious for those of you who took me up on the recommendation of watching The Haunting of Hill House, how you're doing.
Oh, I think that's
maybe
supposed to
you're
be good.
impacted
I think
too.
y'all
Maybe
told me
I
that
should
was good.
start some sort of survivors group.
Yeah.
But man, my nightmares have been crazy.
Yeah.
Like insane.
That's awful.
So I don't know.
So you're waking up and then like you don't want to go back to sleep.
Yeah. And I
'Cause it's
had
that
a
scary.
nightmare about my my dog Betty.
Oh.
And it was so bad that the other night I almost woke her up so that I could hold her. Because I was like,
no.
so it just was bizarre.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering like how if I'm watching too much heavy, I talked about all the TV I'm watching, maybe I need to cut it out.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to stop and go cold turkey.
Yeah. It sounds like you need some sort of detox.
I need intervention.
Wow.
Yeah. So I need to figure that out. I need to get that under control.
All right, my valley. Honestly, I feel like I had a really great week. So I don't have a valley. So my valley, really, I already referenced it was Halloween last week. And I just recently started going gluten-free because I took this test like a couple months ago and it said highly reactive gluten in wheat. And I was like, BS, I don't feel a thing. And then all of a sudden these symptoms were happening and like my face was breaking out in a rash and I have these bumps all over my arms and my body. And then I started having aching joints and legs. Like if you don't do, like John thinks that I'm crazy. My husband thinks that I'm crazy for saying like, do you remember growing pains growing up? And he's like, no, nobody remembers that.
Yeah.
But growing
I
pains,
remember
I
that.
remember
That was
your
very
legs just
painful.
ache and it like is
Oh.
painful. And so anyway, that was happening to me. So I was like, well, maybe I'll cut out gluten and see what happens. So I'm 6-7 weeks gluten-free-ish, but Halloween was last week, and I did not realize how gluten is in every
Hey,
my favorite
Janet.
candy bar, Milky Way.
We meet
There's
again.
gluten in Milky Way.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Guess what else has gluten?
What?
All of the licorice.
Oh.
Twizzlers,
Dang.
Red Vines, and apparently every other like chewy candy.
That's a
feels
bummer.
Like it should be safe.
Yeah.
That
it
is a
does.
bummer.
And it's
Wow.
not. There's a lot of things that are not gluten-free that should be gluten-free, and I am pissed. And that was a major valley for me this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds serious.
Yeah,
You may have bed
Mesmerization
bugs,
did pretty
Journals of
well. What's
Awakening.
wrong with
Yeah.
you?
oh, yeah.
How did you find
But
out again?
their bites are
So,
pretty
well, I
distinctive.
took a test. I use this company called Everlywell. It's like an at-home
Oh,
test. They send you a thing. You prick your finger. You give them some blood. They test for 96 foods. And
How-
then they send it back and
okay.
see what
Here's my question. I'm not trying to be critical of Everlywell. I think they have some interesting and some testing. When I have talked to my doctor about testing for food allergies, it seems like it is difficult to test for all the types of food allergies unless you're doing a specific kind of fast, then reintroducing it, and then testing for each like histamine type of reaction in your blood. I don't know all the details. I have questions. I'm curious. I'm curious as to the efficacy of that test in being able to tell people what they're allergic to or what's going on. I hope you don't have bed bugs. For sure, I hope you don't. I never had growing pains. I'm only 5 foot. What? That's amazing, Janet. I guess in my brain I thought maybe you were taller, but that's incredible. 5'9", don't remember them. Wow. I'm 5'5". Bye, Journals of Awakening. I'm curious if it works.
react
The
to.
Everlywell.
And I also feel I heard that things can change after you're pregnant. So like,
True.
because I was fine eating gluten my whole life, But yeah, so I thought that the rashes on my face were from red wine.
Mm.
But then they came one time where I didn't have red wine, and I thought, okay, well then what is it? And then I don't know. My arm, people told me it's either dairy or gluten. It's like some intolerance, so whatever. So I think a lot of you probably have things that you're eating that your body is like giving you the middle finger about.
Mm.
You could take the test and see, but just be prepared to.
They do a needle test on your back and it'd be yeah. I've gotten those tests before, not the food ones, but
I know dressing.
I'm allergic to a lot of things. Surprise,
there's
surprise.
A taco place by me, and I wanted to order tacos.
Yeah.
On corn tortillas.
Should be safe.
Should be safe, not safe.
Not safe.
Not safe. Red zone. Can't.
You are in a gluten war zone.
It's a war zone, and it's treacherous.
You have
every step I take, I gotta watch myself.
I'm worried.
There might
about
be a
you.
month.
I'm very worried about you being in the world on your own.
I hope that this, again, the pod. I hate to keep exemplifying all the goodness about the secret podcast from the Patreon, but it seems to be so much better. And I hope they get into a rhythm. I don't love that they're talking over each other. Again, I know it's their premiere, their pilot episode. I get it. Every pregnancy fudged up my body. Yeah, we did a number on my mom. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and my mom is a trooper, and she definitely got the short end of the stick. She got lots of messed up stuff from being pregnant. I just measured myself for a new ID card, and I'm actually 5'8". Insert shocked face. That's crazy. How tall did you think you were before, Lynn?
This. Yeah, thank God for the internet, because literally, what would
Hi, Mermeow. Sorry I missed you.
No, yeah. So
hope you're doing well.
Mage Val.
Good morning.
My peak this week was probably a couple things.
Oh, Sky, that's devastating.
Again, super prepared. All right. I was gonna give you like a peak that's not relevant. I'll give you a peak that's a little bit relevant.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll throw you guys a bone. Please.
They're having a good time. I mean, I can't hate on them for that.
So my peak this week is I have been wearing the same perfume for years.
Okay.
Since college.
Yeah.
We're talking since freshman year of college, which if you don't know, 2003, it's been, 15 years? It's been 15 years since I've been wearing the same perfume for 15 years. You want to know about that? It's called 𝐓𝐇𝐎𝐒𝐃. Okay?
13, 14, 15, 16.
Like a month ago,
13,
I was around somebody
3,
that smelled
4, 5, 6.
outrageous.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what the hell
are you wearing?
Is on your body?
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, girl, it's this perfume.
Well, yeah, I think that's true. I think that's right, Lynn.
Not immediately, about 3 weeks later.
My grandmother has celiac, and she developed it later on in life. And now she is extremely, she can't have anything with gluten in it. And my sister cannot have any gluten either. Wow, y'all are tall. I know my son had growing pains and my youngest daughter is having them. I think she's going to be the tallest of my daughters. My oldest and middle daughters are 4'11". That's incredible. My husband is 6'8", and my brothers are 6'3", I think. 6'2". My dad's 6'1". I'm sleepy. Fell asleep waiting for the live. That's oh, sorry, Mermeow. I'm just having fun doing these late night live streams, and I don't know. I'm glad that it works out for some people for their time zones.
Weeks later, I went to the store and picked it up.
Oh, use meters.
I can't stop spraying myself with it.
Well,
except for I can only spray like once or twice because it's very strong and it lasts all the time.
Are you gonna
it's
tell
by
us
Y. By Y.
That's crazy, Janet.
And it's like.
No way, Sky. That's so cool.
Merci or something. It's like a French. It's their only perfume. It's in this little square bottle. I got mine at Sephora, but I saw they have it on Amazon. They have it at Macy's. It's like if you type in YSL perfume, it's in there. And I went to Sephora planning on getting the one that this girl said. It's like 𝐶𝐒 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐿 or something, right? Which doesn't mean like with thank you. No idea. Who knows?
Oh, I hate to ask if you don't mind if you could like the video. That would be incredible. If you don't like the video, you don't have to thumbs down it. That's okay. You don't have to do anything. But if you do like it, if you just thumbs up it, that would be incredible. I'm trying to move the needle on getting my watch hours up, and I am trying to do better content, but if you don't mind, that would be great. Thank you.
But I got couture, the couture one,
Ooh.
because it had a little bit more of a flavor that I liked. Yeah, and so now I'm wearing that. Can you smell
I
me?
can smell it.
And it is.
I feel like
something.
we look like an ad. Like, I can smell it.
Yeah.
We're totally not
This
getting
is not.
paid.
We're not getting paid.
There's
but YSL, if you want to pay us,
chance.
we're in.
Also, I'm going to buy it right after.
Yes.
Again.
Hubby
sounds
literally
like
got the short end of the stick.
Here's the thing that really...
His older and younger brother is over 6 feet. He's half an inch shorter than me. That is wild. Genetics are crazy, Lynn. Thank you, Janet. You're amazing. I appreciate you.
Me, besides it smelling great,
because I'm going to Google this.
is,
Sorry about my microphone.
when
I'm
you
not
said
sure.
you could buy it on
I'm
Amazon.
have
Like,
congestion,
if you
but
buy it
I
on
know it's
Amazon,
buzzing a little
100%.
bit.
If I have to go to a store, not a chance.
Okay, I have a
What?
feeling once I give you the actual name, you're going to laugh at me because I feel like perhaps it's not Côme Merci. Oh, yeah,
What?
it's not Côme Merci. You guys, it's
Oh, okay.
It's YSL Mon Paris. So it's MON, not CON. And instead of Merci, it's Paris, basically. Mon Paris.
I wonder if...
But I was very close.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if there's any... Can you buy it? Just buy it.
Well, yeah, but don't get on Amazon. It's more expensive on Amazon.
Okay, so it's $97 on Amazon. What did
I
you
bet,
buy?
Lynn.
Probably about the same, but at Sephora. Okay, fine. Fine, I'll buy it for you if you want it.
Buy it with one click.
Yeah, I'm going to do it, but I just wanted to see if there's a cheaper version. Wow.
I wonder if there's
Hey,
any...
it's bought. So now,
I can't wait to smell good, finally.
hook, line, and sinker, you were sold.
This order's been placed.
Wow.
I wonder if Côme Merci in any way, for those of you who are, what is it, French, Italian?
Yeah, that's French.
Could it
That's
be without
awesome, Lynn.
mercy?
No, but
Wait,
merci
con-
in French means thank you.
Oh, without
Because you say like
thanks.
merci, merci.
Hey, I smell good, no thanks. Could it be that? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
Okay.
This should have
my-
ended about 1 minute
Peak
ago.
Or, I
Sorry,
mean,
Sarah.
peak. What's your
In my
what's your
opinion.
peak? What's your peak? Yeah, great. I am present.
My peak was for sure. So last time we went live just on Instagram, we were about to throw our Halloween
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
You guys,
Halloween.
Halloween, my last name, play on words. I love Halloween.
That's amazing, Janet.
So
I like, have y'all ever heard of Scentbird? I think Savannah promotes them or does affiliate stuff with them. But I ordered through her link and they send you like a 30-day supply of a more expensive perfume. And it's pretty reasonably priced. I don't know if they sell overseas, but I really like them. I've gotten into appreciating perfumes. I don't know the right terminology, but I've gotten into appreciating it because it's more of an affordable type of option. Yes, many sponsorships. Yeah, I can appreciate that. I mean, I like that Savannah's monetized and that she can actually make money being on YouTube. That's cool. But yeah. I use Scentbird to find new perfumes. Love Scentbird. Yeah, and I love their little like twisty traveling cases. And that's great because we fly sometimes. I so want Scentbird, but they're limited to US and Canada. I'm sorry, Lynn. I feel I know that that's a struggle finding something that you might like and they don't ship to everywhere that people would want them to. It's frustrating.
much. And it's always so much work to throw a party.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to clean your house.
Oh,
We
yeah.
cooked some things, so you're cooking in the kitchen, you're scrubbing the shit out of your house. Then you've got decorations. You've got a lot of things to then, you know, the house gets messier again before it gets cleaner again.
Right.
You got stuff everywhere. And we don't just put up one decoration.
Right.
I mean, we, like, redo the
No,
house.
and
What- where
let me
is this
just interject
going?
Here. This
Please.
is the first party that I've been to. This Halloween is the first one that I was able to come to. They literally
For sure.
turned their garage
I've-
into a haunted maze. So they put up like all these
I have been sensitive to scents. I found that, unfortunately, like, the more expensive, the better that I can handle them, and so I like being able to try the Scentbird ones, and so I've had some better luck with the, unfortunately, more expensive perfumes and not having those sensitivities, but with things like on a lower tier price level, I don't do as well.
Like music and lights and things hanging. So that's the way that you enter the house, which I was scared, actually. Then I come in and like every corner of the house has some decoration. You literally took out all of your furniture basically from there and like put in tables
Cocktail
and
tables.
lights and like they had a dead body, an actual dead body in their bathtub.
What?
With blood all over the walls.
How did I miss
In
this?
fact, we wrote
It was no small
red
feat.
rum on the mirror in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So murderer back. You know, guys know that, right? So
Oh, they're talking about
I
a party.
tried to scrub it off, and still when I shower, it'll like the mirror will steam up. And it'll
Sorry, Lynn.
That is the last thing you need.
I'll try to remember to add context when I talk about stuff.
And I wonder why I'm having
Nightmares?
nightmares.
Yeah.
But so your only hope when you put that much work into a party is that it's fun, and I had a total blast.
Yeah.
Things equals products and services. Yeah.
So it was another successful year, huge peak, and it also feels so great when it's over. Like when you put all the work into a party, and then
I think they're talking about a murder party. And have y'all ever seen that movie? I don't even know which one I'm talking about, but there's a very iconic scene where someone spells murder backwards and they're saying they're talking or they're writing red rum. I don't remember. The Shining. I think it's The Shining. I think they did a murder mystery type party, and so they are talking about the decorations that they put in. And why are they doing this with less than 35 seconds left in their podcast? I think it's mostly poor execution. They should have ended it about 3 minutes ago. That's just my personal opinion. Halloween party. Perfect. Got distracted. It's hard. You know what we're going to do next time? I'm either going to play my game or we're going to look at something and listen to them, because just having the still screen, I'm not about it.
like it's done, and you can just move on with your life.
Yeah.
So Halloween stuff.
The Shining.
I've
Yep.
already brought down Christmas stuff. I'm very excited for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Cannot
We're
wait.
festive.
That's a wrap.
Wow, you guys.
On this one by Fast.
If you're on the podcast listening, holy shit, do we love you.
Yeah, and we can't wait to come back every week.
Yeah.
And we can't wait for you to join us.
And
guys,
you can sip with us
any
time.
love you forever.
Well, home. What do we think? Do we hate it? Do we love it? There's parts I understand the idea of it being interesting. Do we want to look at the reviews? Because I do. Sorry, I know that it's my noise filter is being a brat. What rating is this? Do we want to see what rating this is on Apple Podcasts? Because I do. Let's see. Let's turn this off. Let's add a perfect. Nope, false. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Nope, that's a subscribe. Transform, bring to front. Bring to front. Move. Nope. Forget it. And sorry guys. Add source. There we go. Hooray. Where do we want to go? We want to go to Apple Pod. Oh. What is this? You can sip with us? Chartable? You can sip. What ranking do we got? Number 230 in the world? Dang. Apple Podcasts, Antigua and Barbuda, Society and Culture. 4.8 stars from 2,704 ratings. Uh-oh. You can sip with us unless you're broken. Whoops. Colleen, I hope you have so much success. Ashlie is dragging you down. I used to love this podcast and felt like I was part of a fun girl group. Now it feels like I'm watching a dumpster fire unfold. I also saw that Ashlie called all of her Beachbody downline broken people, and that isn't who she wants on her team. Done with this podcast. Whoops. Guess she saw our video. Whoops. I feel a smidgety bad, but I didn't say those things. Ashlie said them. You know? I want to read all the reviews. I don't want to read all of them. I just want to read the 1 stars. Careless? Uh-oh. Throwback. Is TBT throwback to the time when you took COVID seriously, ripped people apart, and were super judgmental about those who went out feeling sick? Rightfully so. Now we travel, go to PT, the gym, the store, others' houses, the nail salon while COVID. Get it together. It's not cute. It's not funny. It's reckless. Signed, a tired nurse. What? I mean, if she's following the local regulations, I don't get it. Oh, jeez. What? Did Ashlie really just compare being a prisoner of war to shaving your legs, then getting a pedicure? Yes, I'm sure that's just pure torture. Oh, ouch. It seems like Colleen is popular and maybe Ashlie is not. Oh. This week's episode is the final straw for me. Ashlie has been peddling her own off-brand of intuitive eating, running a course for which she charges participants hundreds of dollars. Last week on the pod, she admitted to trying Beachbody's new diet program, 4-week gut protocol, because she knew if she could get results, it would be good for business. This week, she admits to having followed the guest dietitian's diet program over the past year. So has she been peddling her own program without following it, or just stealing her ideas from a professional who she follows and promoting them as her own? She is all over the place and clearly just trying whatever she thinks will work to fund her own income stream. Can't respect the hustle when there's no integrity behind it. Unfortunately, the pod is part of the greater hustle. Oh, jeez. Wait, is Tashir? Hi. Oh, yeah, it's afternoon here, so it must be a little late in the U.S. Yep, it's 2:35 a.m. in the morning, and Janet is an early bird. Janet's always waking up early. She is the superhuman early riser out of the live chat crew. Colleen should dump Ashlie and get a real partner? Oh no, they're best friends. I would rather listen to Colleen alone. Ashlie always complains about her kids, her brain, her haters. I mean, there's a lot of people who have lots to say about Ashlie, so I can empathize with the frustration of having a lot of negative feedback. I can, even though I'm the one giving some of the negative feedback. Ashlie, please quit Beachbody. Ashlie, I have followed you for years and have always loved this podcast and Patreon. But for the past year has been so all over the place. It really seems you don't align with Beachbody anymore And that's okay. I think so many of us would ride with you and even respect you more if you moved on from Beachbody. It's okay that you have evolved and you don't align with Beachbody anymore. But it's so hard to see you living hurt, rooting for you always. I mean, that was a pretty decent review. They only gave her 1 star. That's not... Oh no. Trigger warning. Listening to a mother talk so terribly about her children is painful. For those of us who have struggled with infertility or child loss, this is absolutely heartbreaking. I had to stop listening when Ashlie said everything will be okay because someone else will be parenting her kids this weekend while she's away. Speak up, Colleen. You're better than this. Go ahead and discuss this on the podcast so you can sound more ridiculous than you already do. Dang. Now, again, to be fair, I can imagine it being overwhelming at times, parenting, and wanting and being excited for a break. I don't have kids. We have never been able to have kids. So again, I have specific points of contention with what I think is deception on her part with her recruiting and her business practices. And we had some video submissions for Snark Week that are pretty bad. So I don't know. I think there's a difference in being able to address these nuanced ideas and be clear and specific and pointed, but also hopefully have room to say, yeah, I can understand parenting is probably hard, and did they mean it? Kind of like y'all corrected me earlier with the Swifties. Gotta get my hubs off to work. He's a roofer, and so I get up with him and make coffee, and we pray every morning because I need him to come home. Janet, you're incredible. That's amazing. I love that you do that. That's so cool. That's amazing. Sorry, this is a lighter one. We're going back. We're not reading any more reviews. We're not reading any more reviews. Okay? I'm taking it off. Don't worry. We're turning it off. Yeah. All done. We're gonna be light. We're gonna be lighthearted. Yeah. Okay. So yay or nay? Should we continue having this be our lighthearted podcast review? Should we do our own? I say we because live chat, we're all in this together. And I guess y'all are awake and so am I. What's your vote? Should I bring some topics to the table when we do a late night live stream? Should we find a different podcast? Because I can't do the cigar guy. I cannot do it. We either need to find another podcast to do, or we can stick it out with this one, or we can wait until we can do the Patreon. But we need to have a mixture, a lighthearted mixture in here. I can understand that it would be difficult to run a podcast with someone that has different views than you, and then trying to parent the other one, or having to take responsibility for what the other one says. Yeah. Yep. And again, they're good. They're supposedly really good friends. And I think they like live streaming together. I'm going to fix my filter. I don't know what is going on. Where's my plugin interface? Is it this? Let's try something different. Presets. Testing. Does this sound different? Ugh. Oh, did I disappear? Testing. Testing. Nope. Hello. 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 I have no idea. I don't know what this means either. Ultra bass boost. What's this? I'll just keep it on brighter and brass. No, presence. I don't know. Indecision. My fan is absolutely wrecking this. Okay. I don't know. Maybe we'll just try this. Save. Oh, cancel. Alright. Close. Open interface when active. Close. Okay, we'll see. Oh, you're good, Janet. I don't watch too many podcasts, so I don't have input. I don't know what we should do. I'm just trying to add some lighter stuff. It just is getting me down to like be so critical of people all the time. And I want to have like a lighthearted, whether that's going to be playing video games and listening to MLM stuff, or I just want to have a mix, like a lighter mix of, to balance out all the heavy stuff we're doing. If the topics aren't heavy, yeah. Oh, please, no cigar McManly. Yeah, I don't think we can do. I don't think we can listen to his podcast. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't mind, as I'm not sure what has been covered. Yeah. The no bowl guy. I don't watch too many podcasts. So I don't have input. Sorry, I was getting coffee. Yeah, I don't know. I can't figure it out either. It's just a professional. It's just a professional cluster. What's going on? Okay. Yeah, I don't mind giving it a couple more times. And I already did the cover for it, so it's perfect. I was the same after too much iGenius. Yeah. Crochet with me while we discuss. Yes, that's a good one. That is a good recommendation. I wish I could change the chat box color when we're in a different screen. But that's okay. I mean, if I hear the cow moo now, I get the ick. Yeah. I think we have been all, what's it called? Ruined? Not ruined. I don't know. I don't know what the right term is. We'll give this one a couple more chances. Hopefully it improves. I think Cheryl and Amy and Jen and Amber said that there's some interesting moments in here. I'm just interested in adding some lighthearted stuff. Yeah, let's do 3 episodes and we'll vote. We'll vote with the late night live crew. Oh, I love that for y'all. Late night live crew. That's so good. I mean, so good, meaning I love it. It's so cute. Okay. So let it be written, so let it be done. Okay. Kind of hard to avoid the cows. I live in the countryside. Yeah, I don't want to ruin cows for you, Lynn, so we're not going to listen to that guy unless he, like, somehow finds my podcast and it becomes dramatic. I'm here for the drama. A smidge here for the drama. Let's see. Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay, I thought someone left a bad comment. I was like, no, not after today. Okay. Late night live crew. Love it. I love it so much. Y'all are the late night live crew. It's the best. I don't know. I love live streaming late at night with you all. It literally just feels just like hanging out with my buddies. We just need to find something. We just need to find something interesting to react to. And I guess, again, lighthearted. Lighthearted for the late night live crew. Cows when they are freshly cleaned and blow dried, fabulous. I basically love all living creatures, and while I still eat meat, I know some people do not. I don't really know how to super resolve that, but I feel bad. But again, knowing where they all come from, I feel like I'm able to respect the process a little bit more, but I'm definitely a fan of all creatures. Okay. So what I'm thinking, all right, here, I'll just redo the next titles of their podcast. Oh geez. oldest to newest. So this episode was called Welcome to the Titanic. I don't know why they picked that title because we did not talk about the Titanic at all. Unless they were trying to describe that they hit an iceberg. I don't know. Next one's called Big Words and Big Cheekbones. This week we discussed the final chapter of Caitlyn and Sean begin the road to the Oscars. Talk about thriving and not just surviving this holiday season, and tell you how Colleen's dog... Is this sad? I don't know. So the third one is holiday gift guide. Interesting. We may just... I don't know if we're going to skip that one. This week we tell you what you need to know about Ashlie and Colleen. And we each take our turn in the hot seat. Okay, episode 4 might be interesting. Do y'all care if we listen to every single one? Because I don't think it's as important as the Jessie Lee Ward listening to every single one. And hers are shorter. But we could do the Ashlie and Colleen in the hot seat next time. And... I don't know. Okay, here's an idea. Let me know in the comments afterwards which episode you want to do. Because I think number 4 is a good one. And what I need to know. I don't know. These titles aren't really like doing anything for me, so what you need to know the truth about pregnancy? No, nope. Sounds good, DeeCee. Cool. Awesome. No, only whatever sounds interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's just do stuff that sounds interesting because I'm not going to suffer through all these just to... How many are there? Let's just look. Sorry, I'm bouncing my camera around. Let's see. 193 episodes? Jeez. August 2nd. That was yesterday. Another ring dinger. Explicit. Oh, these are all rated explicit because they cuss. Got it. Oh, shoot. 3 of their episodes are flagged with COVID warnings. Number 165, number 164, and number 163. Holy cow. I wonder what's in those. We're so far away from listening to them. It's... Dang, this is 3 years worth of... 18, 19, 20, 21. It's 5 years worth of podcasts. 2018, 2019, 2019, 2020, 2020, 2021, 21 to 22. 4 years. 4 years. Dang. Therapy, spiders, and strawberry pie. Jeez. Oh no, not potty mouths. We don't know them. We do. We love the cursey words here. I try to be somewhat respectful sometimes because I don't know like what like what parents are okay with their kids hearing it, or if they did have headphones in. I know that everyone kind of views it differently, so I'm not trying to surprise anybody, but sometimes we do the cursey words here. Okay. I'm going to not clock out. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to try to go to bed earlier tonight and get a early start in the morning on work. I had a blast hanging out with you all in the live chat with the late night live crew. I love that we kind of formed that name. And it's always a good time. I will see you on the next live stream. We are doing a little bit a smidgen heavier podcast, not a podcast, live react tomorrow with Tanya and with Karina, and addressing some of the child exploitation that's going on in multi-level marketing and with YouTube family bloggers. Well, if the title of the episode describes the episode badly as the first one, that could be interesting. Yeah. Yep. Y'all are wonderful. Stay safe. Hope you have a great day at work, or if you're getting off of work, hope you had a great day whenever you're listening to this. And I don't know what else to say. I need to figure out a better way to end the live stream, but I'm just going to go ahead and intro the end screen, and I will see you next time. Bye.